In honor of Black History Month, we are highlighting the amazing people, organizations, and Black-owned businesses in our area. And Eva Walker is a rock and roll musician, music teacher, and host of KEXP. And we are so excited to welcome her here.
Yeah, so she recently released her newest single, Blue Matrimony, with her band, The Black Tones. So joining us in studio to tell us all about it, Eva Walker.
Yay! I feel like Lincoln in this chair.
I know.
like it.
Everybody comments on it.
You look very powerful.
So born and raised in Seattle, kind of
That's
tell
right.
us about your musical influences and what that was like growing up.
Yeah, well, me and my twin brother playing together, that's fairly newish. We started the band together. But as a kid, we listened to everything from the Fifth Dimension. That's how I actually learned the Declaration of Independence was through a Fifth Dimension song. And just a lot of jazz, a lot of, my family's from Louisiana, originally New Orleans, so there was a lot of jazz and blues and stuff like that. But then when I got into high school, I started to get into the classic rock. So, you know, the Led Zeppelin, the Rolling Stones, Jimi Hendrix.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, speaking of your connection to Louisiana, you even produced your first concert at the age of 16 to raise money for Hurricane Katrina victims. You continue to teach music at so many schools in Seattle. How important is it that while you celebrate music, you're giving back?
Well, I don't teach anymore. That's new too, but because of all the time I've been spending at KEXP. But, you know, Nina Simone had a quote that was saying, you know, an artist's job is to reflect the times, and I think part of that is also giving back. And I've been given so much from my city that, you know, I can't help but want to make it better. And children have my heart, you know, and especially, you know, growing up and seeing the lack of representation in rock and roll music, I want to be that for some other black and brown kids, you know?
And I think you are. Yeah.
Yay, yeah.
Yeah,
I hope so.
Teaching's hard though. Let's talk about, you know, the Black Tones. You are working with your brother Cedric. What are some of the most amazing places you've been able to perform at?
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you asked. So we just came off of a 5-week national tour, our very first national tour, and I got to play with my twin brother. My mom comes on stage.
Yeah.
I had to bring her on the tour. I was like, you can't be at home for 5 weeks by yourself.
Yeah.
So I had to bring her, and then I had to have her on stage where I could see her.
I was going to say, what did you have Mom do on
Play
stage?
tambourine.
Yeah.
I love tambourine. So one of the best places out of that tour was the Chicago House of Blues. That was the most successful I've ever felt in my life.
What made you feel that way?
Well, I was after getting introduced to classic rock and roll, I started going backwards with my research because, you know, I was told things like, oh, you're so white for liking rock and roll, or you're the whitest black person I know because you play guitar, just things that weren't true. And of course, when you see the lack of representation, the party's like, oh no, is that true? Because I'm not trying to be that. And so I started to see who my classic rock influences were. So I went backwards and I saw all these black blues musicians that were playing guitar and that influenced rock and roll. And so a lot of them had played the Chicago House of Blues. So we go into our first song. It's called Mr. Minds, and I'm just soloing on guitar, and the lights come up, and I see the crowd, and I'm like, I'm at the freaking Chicago House of Blues, and it's sold out, and I'm on the stage with my family playing my own music. It was unbelievable.
So cool.
Yeah.
That has to be the best feeling in the world.
Yes, it's so nice to hear kind of the thoughts of a musician right as they're about to start. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, I had my American flag, like, windbreaker on, and just feeling so good. It was amazing. Yeah.
That sounds very rock and roll. I love it. Now, you even worked with Pearl Jam's Mike McCready, so tell us about the project that you were able to do with him.
Yeah, I've been able to work with Mike a couple times now. We got to do that kind of clip you showed before going to the commercial. We did a cover of U2, Pride in the Name of Love, and that was for a Smash benefit, and Smash helps musicians with like affordable health care. And so we got to do that song together. And then I've been kind of hitting a wall with songwriting, and so I'm finally like, hey, reach out for help. It's okay. You know a lot of really cool people that would be willing to help you. So I had seen Mike because he actually loaned me some gear for tour. He wanted to make sure I had enough of everything. And I was like, hey, I need help. I'm hitting a wall, and I have this song that's pretty deep, but I would like your expertise on it. And so he helped me with the writing process to Blue Matrimony.
That's awesome. Okay, before we go, I have to ask about your KEXP show,
Yes.
Audio Oasis. That's
Yes.
the longest running radio show in the Pacific Northwest. What does that feel like?
It's amazing. I am a part of a long legacy of people who champion Northwest music. So since I've been there, I've added Montana and Alaska.
Yes.
Because I'm like, oh, there's, if you Google Northwest, there's a lot of places I could add to it. So, but it originally started focusing on the Pacific Northwest, and then it kind of expanded to the Northwest. But it's great. I get to discover what's in our own backyard. I get to show people all this music that's happening around them that they don't know about. And also, the best part of the job, I don't even know what camera to look at. The best part of the job, this one, is a lot of these artists, it's their first time being played on the radio ever. And I get to do that for them.
That's
and
huge.
It feels amazing.
And you're like, you're welcome. Here's your next favorite artist.
yeah.
I'm telling you about.
Love that.
And when can people catch you on the
Saturdays, every Saturday from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. on KEXP 90.3 FM, and we stream worldwide at kexp.org, and we have a mobile app, so check that out.
Wonderful. Eva, thank
Yeah.
you so much. You were a joy. It was so fun to
Thank
chat
you.
music with you.
Come back and hang with us again.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You can check out her latest single and listen to her host, Audio Oasis, on KEXP. We do have a link on more info on our website, fox13seattle.com/Studio 13 Live.
All right, still